everybody on YouTube. This video is personal for me. I tried to share dreams in the past on YouTube of things that I've seen, visions and dreams of people I've loved and cared about. And last night I had a dream about my father again. He had died in 2005, and I've been praying that the Lord allow me to see him again, and I did see him again. And he appeared basically in a shot where he was standing like in either a department store or like a supermarket, because he was standing next to a newsstand type thing where, you know, it's got all these magazines behind you. And I was walking down the aisle, and I saw somebody standing there, and it looked like him, and I walked up to him, and as I attempted to touch him on the back, he turned around, and it was my father standing there. And I was just so ecstatic seeing him. And his appearance was really when he was a little more healthier in his life, because diabetes had really taken its toll on him. He was frail and very weak that last couple of weeks and months before he passed away. And one thing that stood out in the dream is the kind of things he had on this time. He looked to be, in a lot of ways, like a king, because one of the things the Bible tells us about what we will be doing in heaven is we'll be judging other people. We'll be judging angels. We'll be judging principalities and other things, especially people. Jesus told us we would judge those who have wronged us in our lives, of things that they did. And why do I say he looked like a king? Well, the outfit he had on was a brownish tan colored, like it almost looked like a two-piece suit, but he had no tie. And on this suit of clothes he had these various kinds of really medallions, other things that kind of hung down like they were mounted with pendants, and it was just all over him. And another thing which people don't think of about kings of the biblical era of time was they wore ceremonial decorative earrings in their ears. And men did this even more than women did. But of course in history there's no way probably to prove it, because there's no photographs, there's no paintings. But my father, who never wore earrings, he was wearing a set of earrings, and they looked more like decorative, like it was a symbolic reference to his authority as a judge, and not so much that it was sort of like he was gay or something like that. It had nothing to do with anything like that, because these things do not look in any way complimentary, or they didn't look like they were an adornment type of item that he was wearing. It was sort of like he was trying to say in this dream, I have authority and power to judge people, and I have to have this garment on and these medallions and other things to show that symbolic reference to authority. And in the process of talking to him, I don't know why in this dream of all others, I finally had an opportunity to interact with him and ask questions about the one thing that all people are asking in the world today, and that is, when is Jesus going to return to earth? When is he going to come in his second coming? And this is what my father said to me in the dream. He said, Jesus will return at or before Christmas of 2016, and that's this year. And that's how he came across in this dream, was saying, you know, it's very soon, it's going to happen at the end of this year. And I was just blown away because we know Jesus already has said in the Bible that no man knows the day or the hour of his coming. But does that mean that those who have already died cannot know that? Because they are actually omnipresent, like God. They can see everything that has happened, that is happening, that will happen. And that's the dream that I had last night, was that I finally was able to interact with him and ask questions about different people. And that's what he said to me. He didn't hesitate about it. He said, oh, he's coming by the end of this year. He's coming at Christmas. A lot of people think that Jesus will return during one of the festivals, the feasts of Israel, and Rosh Hashanah is what most people believe, that it will be the actual event of Jesus' return to earth, will be one of the feasts that the Bible discusses that Israel has at different times of the year. And I think Rosh Hashanah usually happens in September, so it's only like 3 months off from what my father actually said in his dream to me last night. And if he said it was going to be Christmas, then it'll be on Jesus' birthday that he actually returns. So I'm not saying I'm a prophet, but I just feel very compelled to tell this on YouTube to people who might be really wondering, is it possible people can have prophetic dreams of things that will happen? And that's what I had in my dream last night. Also, I had another dream about maybe half an hour after that, maybe an hour later. Has nothing to do really with that dream about when Jesus is going to come back. This one had to do with just pre-references of a nuclear war. I am in a really run-down apartment complex, and I'm there with other people. It's sort of like this apartment complex had people in every room, kind of like almost like it was a dormitory for a college or something, but it wasn't. At least it didn't feel like that. And anyway, part of the hotel itself, which is also kind of where it's vague of whether was it an apartment, was it a hotel? I think it could have been a hotel more than it be an apartment. And so I wander from room to room of other people's rooms. They're there, and they all know me. And anyway, I go into this lobby of a hotel. It's a really, really old hotel. And anyway, I guess it must be the parking lot outside, or it's really a massive parking lot. Anyway, a nuclear device goes off, and then somehow or another, then you see something of inside the hotel. You're trying to run to get away from the blast that's coming out, and then you get behind one of the walls of the hotel, and then there's like a seat, like an array of cushion seats, and I duck underneath there to try to, I'm like, I can't get away from this explosion that's going to happen. And this isn't like a fireball coming at you. It's sort of like maybe in reference to how technology has been able to use lasers and other things to create EMP effects. They have speculated for some time that the technology exists to create a man-made electronic or an electromagnetic pulse, and that would be as detrimental as a nuclear bomb going off too, because it would destroy all the computers, all the electronics, everything. And that's the impression I got, was that these were not bombs like what we would think bombs would be. It would be a long cylinder, and it would glow a metallic bluish aqua blue color, and they would lob these things into the parking lot. That's what it was in my dream. And that it detonated not only an EMP, but something that was very bright blue, kind of like it was even more hotter than fire. Or at least a flame is supposed to be, the hottest part of a flame is blue, and that's what I saw. And it all has all different references to what mankind technologically has been able to develop in these past 10 years. You know, about creating and manipulating technology that we already have had to another level. You know, we can harness certain aspects of things and then use it, you know, in a massive way, even more probably destructive than a weapon of mass destruction like a nuclear bomb. So a lot of it was just sort of like you're getting impressions of other things that probably already exist and nobody even knows about. So maybe that's what this dream, the second dream, was to say, that there are things the government has in their possession that we never probably will know about until it's too late.
Look.